Hey, what's up, champion? Gediminas here. Hope you're doing fantastically well. And today I wanted to share with you a very effective way to use Facebook and Instagram stories for your business. So if you're watching a replay of this video, please do me a massive favor and stick hashtag replay into the comments. If you're brand new, if you're watching one of my videos for the first time, I'd really appreciate if you said new in the comments. Would love to say hi to you and welcome you to the tribe. And of course, if you do get value from this video or you think somebody else might find it valuable, then I'd really appreciate if you share this video and drop shared in the comments. Or you can just tag your teamies into the comments below so they can see this video. So let's talk about stories and how to effectively use them for your business. Now, stories disappear every 24 hours. That means you can be posting every single day and it can never be too many stories, right? So you can do 5 a day, 10 a day, 15, 20, 30, 40, as many as you want, and you will never overdo it, right? Because if somebody is really interested in what you do, so they will come and watch your stories as many as you put out there. And in a minute, I'm going to tell you how to find out something very, very important through your stories. But first of all, how to effectively use your stories. Now, if you're using your social media for business, you probably want to sell products and you want to recruit team members, right? So stories can actually be very, very handy and help you in doing that. So how can you do it? Well, one of my favorite ways of using stories is using what is called story carousel. So carousel means it's a couple of stories in a row that help you to achieve something, right? And story carousel is split in three parts. So the first part is the hook. It's basically attention grabbing story, right? Because if somebody's scrolling through stories, you want them to stop. You want them to stop the scroll and actually watch your story. So the first story can be a photo or it can be a video, but it has to grab somebody's attention. So it can be a story like, what's going on, like, look what happened, or something just dropped, or whatever. You want to have some sort of emotion, some sort of a bright colors, some sort of a writing or music or something that will stop the scroll and grab person's attention. Remember, if you didn't grab the person's attention, then it doesn't matter what you say after that, because nobody's watching, nobody's listening. So the first story is very important because it has to grab person's attention. Then the second story basically explains what's going on. So maybe there's a new product launch. Maybe there's a huge discount or an offer. Maybe there's an amazing testimonial or a story that you just received from somebody. Maybe there's something else happening, right? You then explain what's the deal. You explain what's going on, right? Because you already caught their attention. Now you're explaining to them what's going on. And it can be one or a couple of stories, right? Because on Instagram, stories about a minute, on on Facebook, stories about 20 something seconds. So depending on if you're doing a video story and you're explaining something, it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different stories in a row where you're just explaining what's going on. And then the third part is the last story. And that last story is the call to action. It's basically an instruction that you give to the viewer on what to do. So it's not enough just to explain about amazing product or amazing offer or whatever. Then you have to tell them what to do. I know it sounds so simple, but it has to be so simple. Because a lot of people, if you don't give a call to action, if you don't tell them, hey, so if you want this product, drop me a message. Hey, if you're interested in this opportunity, comment below. Hey, if you're interested in this and this, click the link in my bio, or whatever it is. If you don't say that, less people will do it. We think that people will just figure it out by themselves, but people's brain, our brain, is designed in a way to look for the path of least resistance, for the easiest path. And the easiest path is not to do anything. It's just to scroll, carry on scrolling, right? Not to do anything. So you want to encourage them. You want to tell them what to do exactly in your last story by giving them call to action. So that's the story carousel. Attention grabbing first story, then you explain what's going on, and then you give them a call to action. This works on your Facebook stories, it works on your Instagram stories, and you'll see if you start using this model, you will start selling more. You will get more customers. You will start recruiting more. You will get more recruits. Now, an extra bonus for your stories is something that we call secret followers. Now, I've already lost count how many times somebody reached out to me and said something like this. Hey, Gediminas, I've been following you for a long time. I'd like to purchase your training, or I'd like to join your team, or I'd like to buy your product. And it always surprises me because I've never seen that person comment or put a like or a love heart on my posts or share my posts. No interaction whatsoever. And they say that they've been following me for a long time. So each and every one of us, we have what I call secret followers on our social media. People who are following us, but they are not engaging, they're not interacting. They're just watching your stuff, and you don't see who watched your video. You don't see who watched your post. You only see who liked and who commented, right? So there's always a bunch of people who are just watching from the side, but they're not interacting. Now, there's no way of knowing who they are except through stories. You see, if you open your stories, you see who viewed your story. And let's say you put 5 stories today, or 10 stories, or 15 stories. So if you go to the very last story you put on and see who watched the story. Now, in order for the person to watch your last story, that means they had to watch all of your stories. So what does that tell you? It tells you that the person is interested in what you do. It tells you that the person is really curious about what's going on. Because most people, they will watch 1, 2 stories, skip to the next person, skip to the next person. But if somebody watched all of your stories, 5, 10, 15, how many you put, that means they are interested. They are a keen follower, right? And if you look through who viewed that story, sometimes you'll see the names of the people who never comment. They never like your posts, but here they are. And if one day you see that person's name at the end of your stories, on the last of your stories, then the second day you see that person's name on the last of your stories, third day you see that person's name on the last of your stories, that's a signal for you to start a conversation with that person. And just to reach out to them and say, hey, Tom, or hey, Susie, I see you always, following my stories. I really appreciate your support. How you doing? And quite often those people will be surprised that you reached out to them. They'll go, ooh, I didn't expect you to message me, right? But this is how you find out those people who are secret followers. They're watching all of your stuff, but maybe they're a bit shy. Maybe they're a bit timid and they're not reaching out to you. They're not messaging you, but they're watching your stuff. So by reaching out to them, it doesn't mean that all of them will buy or join your business, but some of them definitely will, because they've been following you for so long. They now like you, trust you, and know you, and they're ready to do business with you. So that's a way to find out your secret followers. Try to view your story viewers every day, like at the end of the day, see who watched your last story, and that will give you an indication of who your secret followers are. So hope you found value from this video. If you did get value, please do share this video. You'll be doing me a massive favor, and maybe other people will get some value too. And if you're not yet building a home-based business and you'd like to start earning money from your phone, from your social media, drop me a message. I'll be more than happy to share with you what is it that I do. Have a great day, and I'll see you at the top. Bye for now.